Welcome back, everyone. This is Jeronitis bringing you Feed the Beast 1.6. We're gonna have some fun today. If anybody's paying attention, if not, I'm gonna point it out. You might notice my hotbar looks a little odd. My hotbar looks a little odd because I'm carrying a ruby pickaxe and a ruby sword, and I've got some turtles that I'll get into that in a minute. But my equipped chest, I am sans a portal gun. Sans means without. I did something incredibly stupid. I went for a swim in lava, carrying all my good stuff. I've recrafted a bunch of it. The portal gun, unfortunately, I can't recraft because I found it. And an amazingly lucky find that I am now without. I will give you a brief recap of what happened. I was moving blaze spawners. I went and got the blaze spawner that I left next to my base, as you saw in the last video, Adventures in the Nether. And I got it and I brought it back in here. And then I got the second one and brought it back in here. And then I took the skeleton spawner that I had found. Where is that marked at? Dungeons, Village. I think it's over there. It's very close to my base. I found it the other day. Yeah, there it is, skeleton. I took that skeleton spawner and took it to the Nether. And then I flew over to the other Nether fortress that I found and was going to retrieve the 2 blaze spawners there. I got the 1 blaze spawner, so I have 3 here total now. And then I went back through. I took a break, and that's what messed me up. I took a break from going to get the blaze spawners. I went to eat dinner, and when I came back, I did 1 or 2 little things maintenance-wise here. And then I said, let me go get that last blaze spawner. And I went, and I came through here. I jumped through the portal, and I said, the blaze spawner should be right over here. And I jumped out off this cliff right here. And I double tapped the spacebar to fly away, because as a bat you can fly, only I wasn't a bat. I had transformed myself back, and, yeah, there's no coming back from that. So, hooray, I have lost my portal gun. I am stuck in the floor. That is known to happen sometimes when going through portals. Thankfully, the actual portals that existed already are not gone, so I have a quick way over to the Nether Fortress. Not that that's a great thing. But yeah, I got 3 of the blaze spawners here, and I moved the skeleton spawner into the Nether, so I guess that's something. Anyway, I recrafted my hammer because that was my favorite tool. I haven't recrafted a pickaxe or a sword because I'm going to try to make better versions of them very soon. So I didn't want to waste materials making or upgrades, materials on upgrading a sword if I'm going to just go ahead and replace it anyway. So that being the case, here we are. I changed one thing about the smelting materials and the hammer, instead of using where is it say, I changed the hammer. Before, my previous hammer had a stone to large plate, and I changed that to netherrack. And I did that because Dynamite, bone, flint, iron, stone. Oh, did I pass it? Oh, there it is, netherrack. Netherrack has ironbound as well, or stonebound as well, stonebound level 1. But the durability of it is just a little bit better, and I think the mining speed is better as well. So durability 131, mining speed of 4, as opposed to stone 131, mining speed of 4. Okay. Oh, mining level. Mining level was iron. Base attack was 0.5. and on the netherrack, the mining level was 2 redstone, so in theory, it would give me a little bit better. I guess that didn't actually work out the way I thought it did. Oh well, I made it out of netherrack anyway. You can see the one side is netherrack here. Unfortunately, this one only has looting 2 on it. I don't know exactly what happened that caused it to not have looting 3 like the previous one did, but apparently this one only got looting 2. I don't know why that is. We'll get into that. But in between episodes, like I said, I moved some spawners, because that's the important part. You just need to understand I moved the spawners. The going for a swim in lava has nothing to do with anything. Okay, so I just put some sand into the smeltery, and that's going to melt down, and then I'm going to pour it into a casting basin, and that's going to make smooth glass. Okay, I already made some smooth glass because I needed to box in these blazes since I moved their spawners in here. And I boxed them in with clear glass because it's a nice pretty window. And I have the spider spawners off to the side over here now, hopefully not spawning any spiders. You might notice that on my radar there are no monsters close at hand because I have now 3 magnum torches keeping them at bay. I've got one here, I've got one I've got one down at the mining level, and then I've got one that I put just inside the nether base, so I don't have to worry about monsters being, right there as I go through dimensions. So anyway, so I went ahead and cleared that off, and here it's pouring the clear glass, which is automatically being poured. It hardens, and then boom, clear glass. So this will go ahead and make myself 64 more clear glass. I've already used some of it, so that's fine. You may have noticed these. These are trophies. You get them from killing monsters. Most of them are just for decoration. They make sounds. If you right-click on the spider, you can hear it makes a spider sound. The slime one doesn't seem to do anything, but the cow one, when you right-click on it, it makes the cow noise. However, it also just gave me a piece of leather. I don't know what the time frame is for it, but every so often, if you leave it alone for a while and come back and right-click on it, it gives you a piece of leather. So free leather if you manage to get that one. There's supposed to be a very, very low drop rate. I was using my looting 3 hammer before I lost it. And I was killing the cows with it to get more leather and stuff like that. So apparently that worked to give me that as well. So I suggest killing cows with something with looting on it, and you may have a rather slow but permanent supply of leather. I imagine you could get more of these. If you have like entire rows of them, you might have a real permanent supply of leather. In any case, we're going to continue on. As we have shown you already, I've made part of this enclosure a standard water trap. The blazes spawn, they float down to the water. They're damaged by the fact that water hurts blazes because they're fire creatures. And the water pushes them up against the glass. So the next thing we want to do is kill them. So what I've already prepared are some melee turtles. Well, in this case, melee elves. There will be other ways to do this. This is the most basic and early game. This is actually really easy to do. If you can't move the spawner into a location like this, then you can do it wherever the spawner exists. Like I said, finding a portal gun was really lucky. Anyway, I have created some of these elves, and now I'm going to deploy them. I'm going to try to put them in numerical order just because. But real quick, when we made the mining turtles, we took a normal turtle and combined it with a diamond pick. We then took the diamond, I'm getting distracted. Losing train of thought. Okay, can't do 2 things at once. Can't talk and play at the same time. That's a problem considering that's what I'm trying to do constantly. Anyway, basically we took a turtle, and we took that turtle and we put it out with a pick in it, and it was a mining turtle. In this case, we're going to do a melee turtle, and the melee turtle is basically the same thing as a turtle, a mining turtle, only you give it a diamond sword instead of a diamond pickaxe. So I have got these turtles going. They are ready to go, and they should be... Okay, they are killing them. They're killing them, but nothing's dropping. That's interesting. Okay, there we go. Alright, so anyway, I left one turtle unprogrammed so that I can show you guys what I'm doing here. This is Turtle 9. All I did was give him a label so he didn't forget any programming. Again, if you remember from the past, to label a turtle, you put label set, and this guy is 9, and there is level 9. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to program him to kill stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to do in the startup command, edit startup. This is very, very few times when you see me actually writing code. The reason for that is because I suck at it, and this is so simple that anybody can do it, but if you want to, this is going to show you how. We're going to use the startup command. The program startup runs every time the turtle is broken and placed, or the server is shut down and restarted. Anytime the turtle is basically activated, it automatically does the startup program. So I'm going to tell it when startup occurs, you run this program. So this program is going to be while true do. While true do, okay, that's basically a basic line that says while any event is currently true, which while true is in while yes, while you exist, do this. Okay, so we're going to hit enter, we're going to tab over one, and we're going to do turtle dot attack, and then we're going to put the brackets here. The brackets there, it's telling you can specify what to attack or how often to attack and so on and so forth. Since we just want it to attack in general, we leave it with nothing there. Then we're going to do an end, and that's the end of that particular set of program. Then we backspace twice, and we give it a sleep command. And we give it a sleep command because otherwise it will actually run itself into nothingness. If it doesn't attack for too long, it'll just stop working. So we give it a sleep command. So every 0.2 seconds it says, oh, attack, oh, attack, oh, attack. So, and that's that. So then we do a control, and then we hit enter to save. We hit control again, and we hit exit. And now we can do one of two things. We can break the turtle. Well, there's three things actually. We can break the turtle and replace it, in which case it will restart itself, in which case startup will happen and it will start attacking things. Secondary thing that we can do is we can just type in startup, because that runs the program, and you know it's working because the cursor on the screen goes away and you can't type anything else. Push whatever you want, nothing's going to happen. And the other thing we can do is to, oh, by the way, holding control and pushing and holding T will stop the program functioning. The other thing you can do is hold control and hold R, and that reboots the turtle. So now that the turtle has rebooted, he is now rebooted, started the startup program, and is now killing things. So keep in mind, if you are playing this just on a normal game, the turtle will kill you just as quick as it will kill anything else. They don't care if you are a friend or a foe. If you step in front of them, they will kill you. If you're playing on a server and you have player versus player turned off, then that should negate their attacking you. They will only attack enemy monsters. So next thing we're going to do is, we don't want these turtles picking up stuff. I don't want to have to go through and empty their inventories every now and then. I'm going to want it to automatically do that. So the turtles will pick up an item from an enemy that they have killed. So I'm going to fill their inventories right here on the right with cobblestone. That way, any items that come along, they just don't do anything with it. They'll just sit there. Now, they are going to sit there, but we don't want them to just sit there. We want the items. The whole purpose of this, after all, is to get blaze rods in large amounts. That being the case, we're going to set it up so that we can have the blaze rods without having to go and empty the turtles and deal with a whole bunch of crap. And I really brought just too few cobblestone. Now later on, this obviously will become a more complex build. This is very basic. We'll make it do all kinds of fun things. We don't have the soul shards mod in this pack as of now. I imagine they may add it eventually, but if they don't, well, then we may not get into things that are too horribly interesting. Anyway, so we're gonna, oops, no, well, that's okay. I was gonna say, we'll place this right here, but I haven't made them yet. The thing that we're going to use to pick up the items is going to be a vacuum hopper. A vacuum hopper is basically a hopper, but instead of it pulling items out of inventories, it sucks items out of the world and puts them into inventories. That being the case, we are going to go through here. If you just type in hopper, it'll show you all the options. There's the normal hopper, there's the cart hopper, and then there's the vacuum hopper. I don't know what the nano hopper is. I have to look into that, but I'm just not interested in that at the moment. So there we have vacuum hoppers. Now we're going to go down here and we're going to show you how they work. So we're going to place this vacuum hopper here. As you can see, it's got the little ender pearl, well, not ender pearl, the ender particles around it. And it is basically sucking up inventory at this particular point. So that one is 1, 2, 3 in. This one is 1, 2, 3 in. And now we should see those vacuum hoppers sucking in stuff. Look at that. We got that. And we've got the item outputs. Now we have to choose what we want it to do with the items that it's collecting. That being the case, we're actually going to use barrels in this case. It can output directly into a chest, but if for some reason I want to leave this running while I'm not paying attention, you know, if I go to eat dinner or something and just leave the server running so I can, you know, keep generating items, I don't want it to accidentally fill a chest or have problems with that nature. So we're going to go and we're going to create some barrels. I have some barrels already made. There's cherrywood barrels and there's normal barrels. We're just going to go with the cherrywood barrels. And I can make these into double barrels, but I actually don't want double barrels at the moment. I specifically want them to not be double barrels because they're going to actually serve a secondary purpose. And that secondary purpose is to block the line right here. We're going to leave... Well, you know what? Actually, I think I will make the center one a double barrel because I only want 3 barrels here, and this will work to do so. So, as I previously mentioned in the mining cleanup last episode, I believe it was, this is how you make a double barrel. Take a single barrel and a single barrel, put a hopper in the center, and you get a larger cherrywood barrel. The larger barrel holds twice the amount of inventory as a normal barrel does. So we're going to go ahead and put that here. And how did a blaze rod get in there? Did I do that somehow? Or did that, because it has a hopper on it, did it automatically pick up? Well, that's interesting. I don't know. Anyway, so we have blaze rods that are starting to build up in the vacuum hoppers. So the vacuum hopper has an item output mode. And we're going to go into the item output mode. It has an experience output mode, and I really don't know how that works yet. So I'll get into that when I figure it out. I'll let you all know. In any case, for right now, the item output we want to be on the back, which is the surface that we're facing. You left click to add inputs and take inputs back off. You right click and drag to rotate around so you can see what's going on. And then when you back out of this, it will show you where you put them on the actual item itself. So it shows that the item output is right here. So that is excellent. I'm going to do the same with this side. And why is there a blaze rod in there? I didn't put it there. It's interesting. In any case, we're going to do the same with this. We're going to put the item output on the back. And there's the item output. Now, we're going to need to have a way to have it output the items into the barrels, and I will do that here in just a second. There are many ways we can do this. They will automatically export into anything that will take items. I'm going to stick with what I know for now because I'm not competent enough with future build stuff yet. And I say future build stuff because I'm going to use it. It's just a question of how long it takes me to figure it all out and get it functional. Let's see. So, you know, I should probably use diamond pipe instead. Let's go with diamond pipe. Why did I just do that like that? Anyway, sort that back. And we're going to make some diamond transport pipes. Diamond transport pipes are 2 diamonds and a piece of glass to get 8. So now we're going to go back down here and we're going to put in diamond transport pipes. Now, I'm going to put them here, here, and here. And then we're going to have... if I put one here right now, it will automatically start exporting, and I don't want it to do that yet because it'll wind up on the ground, and I want to be able to show you guys how this functions. I'm actually going to need 2 other transport pipes, and I'm going to use gold just because I like gold and it makes the items move faster. So now we can go down here, and we can program these pipes to do specific things. Only you cannot right-click on the pipe while holding a pipe because it will do that. In the meantime, I need to scan these pipes because I've never done that before, and the vacuum hoppers because, wow, vacuum hoppers have a whole bunch of stuff. That was excellent. Melee turtles are already scanned. That's excellent. These barrels are already scanned. Any case, now when we right-click on this pipe, it tells us all the different directions. Each color corresponds to the direction. Black is always down, white is always up, red is always left, blue is always right, green is, well, depending on which direction you're facing. I guess that red is north, blue is south, if you want to look at it that way. In any case, we want it to have blades rods going down. Blades rods can go down, and if for some reason the blades rod can't go down, it should then be pushed over to the next spot. I still don't know why these things have blaze rods have those in it. That's just weird. In any case, we're going to tell this one that it can have blaze rods as well, and this one also can have blaze rods. Now, by doing it this way, it should make it so that you have to have all of these barrels be full before any items hit the ground. So now we're going to shift right-click here to attach that, and we're going to shift right-click here to attach that, and look, there goes the blaze rods out and into the barrels. Excellent. I've got to work out a way to gather this experience. Another major purpose of this whole build is to get this experience, and I haven't figured out how I'm going to actually make it perform that function yet. The hoppers will gather the experience for me, but I'm really not sure how to extract the experience from them. Realistically, I can probably even... I know there's something I can store them in, and I can do that, but I don't know how to get what I'm going to store it in to give up the experience so I can then have the experience back. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to go get some of this clear glass, and we're going to go and build a line of clear glass behind the turtles so that if any items happen to try to get slung behind here, which is probably why those barrels are getting stuff in them, that will not happen. Anyway, experience, without knowing what to do with the experience, I'll figure something out. I'm sure I will. I might even just make a little pathway down there that leads to a spot where I can pick up experience. Either way, that's fine. So now we have the blaze rods, and what are we going to do with the blaze rods? Well, we wanted the blaze rods so we could do potion brewing last time, but there's more that I want to do with blaze rods. So now we're going to get out a bunch of stuff here, and we should, if I'm remembering the recipe correct, I should have everything I need to make ender chests. Ender chests are instant item transport. actually in items and liquid for that matter. In this case, we're going to go with an ender chest, which requires, see, I knew I was missing something. I didn't pick up the pearls. We got the blaze rods, that's fine, and the obsidian, that's great. Chests, ender pearl, and wool, and I don't have the ender pearls, but now I do. And I have one chest on me, but I actually am going to want more, because I will wind up making a bunch of these eventually. So we're going to go with the ender chest, go, make 3 of them, that's wonderful. Now we have ender chests. But we're not going to stop there. I also want this ender pouch. This ender pouch is going to be my greatest friend and ally, and it would stop the tragedy that occurred earlier from happening again. We got the wool, we've got the leather, we need some blaze powder instead of blaze rods, so we're going to take the blaze rods and make some blaze powder out of them, and now we should be able to make these. Yes, we can. We're going to make 2 of these just because I'm going to make, eventually I'll have 2 of them. People on servers would like to make lots of these because all different players will use these, and you can color code them so that they will have specific things in them. In this case, this is a white ender chest. Now, everything in the white ender chest here, in this white ender chest, will be in this white ender chest. Not only that, but when I open this one, that one opens too. And so now we have a means of permanent storage. The fun part about this is, not only do we have that, but we have a portable ender chest in this ender pouch. So now, if I open this ender pouch, I right-click it in my hand, it opens and gives me access to this inventory. Not only that, but it also makes that this inventory as well. So now, if I were to, if I'm going to do something crazy and risky, and I don't want to have my hammer be in danger, but I still want to have it at hand if I want to use it, I put it in the ender chest. Now, if I were to jump into lava, even if the ender pouch in my hand is destroyed, the items in the ender chest will still be there because the pouch is just a conduit into the ender chest itself. So if I had done that, I'd have had the portal gun, stored safely way here, and I would still have it. So now I just have to find another one, or craft one, which requires a lot harder things. Anyway, so the other thing we're going to do is we're going to dye this. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to use lapis. Lapis is too valuable. Get back here. Lapis is a good example because lapis is also blue dye. However, I should have some flowers here that I can turn into some sort of colored dye. And now that I say it, I don't have any, and white won't work. Unless I'm just looking at it and not seeing it. Pink daffodil. There we go. We'll use pink. Yeah, pink. Anyway, you can actually have multiple different ender chests. When you make them, they all come out the same way. White, white, white. But you can take the dye and you can color them. You can change them to any combination as long as they're not the same combination as one that's already been used. So now in the white, white, white ender chest, we have these 4 items. But now that we've changed this to white, pink, pink, when we open this one, it's empty. And in the ender pouch, we have the stuff in the white, white, white. But the white, pink, pink is still empty. Now, if I wanted to, I can hook this pouch to this chest. And I'm going to do so. I'm going to, well, actually first, I'm going to put some items in here so you can see. And then I'm going to take the secondary ender pouch and I'm going to put it here. Now, I'm going to shift right-click this. And if you look, both in my inventory, at my hotbar, and in my hand, you can now see that it's white, pink, pink. So now this pouch is linked to that chest. So when I right-click now, that chest opens on the side ground, and the chest in the right side ground does not, if you can see back there. So this ender pouch is now linked to that ender chest. And I don't really like pink all that much. So I'm not going to keep it that way. I'm going to make some green because I like green. Green is actually my favorite color. So we're going to go ahead and dye this green. This is actually going to be useful for actually very, very many reasons. We're actually going to use this in our auto mining. Well, our basic auto mining becomes slightly more advanced auto mining. We're going to make it so that my turtle will never run out of torches again. Well, it will make it easier to refuel it with torches. And also we're going to make it so that it can actually output items and you don't have to go down there and pick up all the chests. Now then, we have a green ender pouch, and wow, I can't believe I did that without taking the items back out of the white pink chest. Because now, without a white pink chest, the items that were in there are now in the ether. So now I have to dye this one white pink to get my stuff back out of it, and then I can actually put it back to white by using bone meal as white dye. And now we go click, and now we're back to white again. So that has been your ender chest tutorial. That has been your mob killing tutorial. And wow, I'm already up to level 37 from this. And now all we have to do is stand close at hand and let these guys spawn, and I will be able to get stuff. I'm going to do a little bit of research in between episodes. I'm going to try to figure out how to make these hoppers gather the experience for me and have them be able to put that experience into something that I can then use to give myself experience. I know that I can store it in liquid form, but I'm really not sure that's what I want to do with it. Wow, I can't believe that it took half an hour to do this. This is kind of incredible. So anyway, this is Jaronitis signing off. And remember, help spread the gaming.